Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you've never been here before. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So we are going to be doing messages from your goddess or goddess messages. And I picked 3 goddesses that I personally enjoy working with and that felt very relevant to this reading at this time. I was just drawn to them to kind of bring them into this reading. So if you're not familiar with them, you can choose the one that you are most, that you're being called to. If you are familiar with them, just, whatever your process is, just trust it. But we have 3 options today. And just before we get started, as a reminder, this is a general reading. So make sure to take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. And tarot is meant to give confirmations and to kind of help you along the process, not necessarily tell you what to do or give you brand new information that does not feel right to you. So trust your intuition and take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So take a few minutes to just, few seconds, whatever it is, to center, ground yourself. Ask your angels, guides, higher self, or even which goddess has a message for you. And the options we have today is Bast, Oshun, or Artemis. And let's get started. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose Goddess Bast or Bastet. I actually know her as Bastet. And Bast was the name that she used earlier on, and now for the most part she's known as Bastet. She is an Egyptian goddess. It is said that her name translates to Soul of Aset, which is Aset being the alternative name for the goddess Isis. And she is a goddess of cats, the sun, the east, fire, love, music, dancing, celebration, fertility, secrets, magic, and you guessed it, pleasure. So very interesting if you picked her. She's actually one of my favorite goddesses. A lot of information available on her. I don't want to include too much here. I do encourage you, if you're not familiar with her and you want to look her up, to do so. But let's get started with some of the tarot cards I picked. And we're just going to be looking at any messages. So it's going to be pretty general, just anything that wants to come through. We have the 4 of Wands, Page of Cups, 3 of Cups. I love it, pile number 1. 6 of Wands, King of Swords, which is the King of Winter, and 2 of Spring, which is the 2 of Wands. All right, pile number 1. Very interesting. You chose Bast or Bastet with pleasure, and you have a lot of creative energy. You have a lot of, this pile is oozing creativity. We have the 4 of Wands, the Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands up top. All of those cards speak of creativity. They speak of milestones. They speak of connecting to others, creating. And this is, creativity through creating some sort of project, it could be, but this is also your connection and feeling quite in tune and quite connected. For many of you, with the 6 of Wands here and all of these other cards, it's almost like you've received a level of recognition. You've achieved something. We have the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Wands, which the 6 of Wands is being recognized, right? When we look at the card here, we can see the woman is standing on the stage and she has her audience there. She has her fans there. And for some of you, this is coming after you've put in a lot of work. Now, if this is not your reality yet, because there's 2 piles here within pile number 1, I kind of feel a split of energy. So I feel like for some of my pile number 1s, there's this energy of you've been doing hard work, you've been putting yourself out there, you've been kind of following your creativity, and it's finally being recognized. People are noticing your efforts. People are noticing your creativity. People are noticing what you're bringing into the world, and it's being admired and it's being recognized by others. And there's kind of a sense of just celebration, being in the moment, taking in kind of those kudos to you that are being given to my pile number ones. Now, there's kind of a split here, and the other side of things for my pile number ones is that some of you you're at the brink of this. You're feeling the call to break free, to try something new, to step out of your comfort zone. For many of my pile number ones, this feels like very creative energy. It feels like this could be writing, art, some form of creativity where you are putting your creative energy, your creative stamp onto something that you are creating. And it's something that, whether it was, in the near past or currently, was completely out of your comfort zone. And this required a good sense of vulnerability. And for some of my pile number ones, you were the people that were constantly overthinking, or you were someone who was type A, if you know what that means. And that typically means someone who does things by the book, someone who, not the creative type, right? Someone who kind of likes routines. And it feels like for some of you, you've recently, or you are about to break free from that King of Swords energy, and you're about to step into your emotional body and into your purpose, into your soul inspiration, into the things that are calling out to you. So again, very interesting because it kind of matches that, the energy of Bastet. For many of you, right now it's a time of celebration. It's a time of connection. It's a time of taking your time to truly connect, to truly be in the moment, to celebrate how far you have come. That is what the goddess Bastet, that is what spirit has for you at this time. It's kind of that energy of take a break, recognize how far you've come. For some of you, you're being called to connect with others. There could be a collaboration coming in. If you've been trying to make something happen and it's not quite happening for you, it could very well be the time to collaborate. And again, this feels very creative to me. It feels like some sort of creative project that you're going to be taking on. I want to see what else we have here because I picked 2 life purpose cards. Healer. And it says you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. And heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. There is this energy here. For some of you, you could be spiritual healers like Reiki, spiritual coaches, fellow tarot readers, oracle card readers, Akashic records, anything in that realm. It doesn't have to be. For some of you, you could definitely be in the healing profession, kind of doctor, nurses, therapists, counselors, all of that. But there's this energy that you are fully connected to your heart's desires. You are fully connected to your purpose at this time. Now, I do feel, and I am going to say this again, a lot of creativity here. So even if you are in a more traditional healing role, such as a doctor, there is a part of your life that is connecting to your creativity and to lightheartedness. Now, for few of you, because I feel like this message is for the minority, but for a few of you, if you are, for example, a doctor, a nurse, you work in a hospital, you work in a medical facility, traditional medical facility, and life has gotten very serious and you're kind of in this King of Swords energy where life is work and observation and there isn't much fun, what the goddess Bastet or Bast, the message here for you is to allow more playful energy in, to take a break from all the seriousness. But for everyone in this pile, there is this sense that what you're working on, what you're connected to is in fact part of your purpose and part of your heart's desires, that you are in alignment. Let's see what we have. Let's actually go right in order. Empath. I thought that was going to stand up there. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Empath. Yeah. There's a lot of sensitivity in this group. Loved one. For some of you, the loved one card is just confirming that there is someone, a loved one that is serving as a spirit guide. There is a loved one that is watching over you at this time. With the empath card, you are definitely an empath. Meaning that for many of you, there is that sensitivity. There is that ability to connect with others. And that's what makes you a wonderful healer. Even if you are not, professionally working in a healing career, this energy makes you a wonderful healer, someone that can connect to others, someone that can truly sit there and, listen to others and see where they're coming from, someone that can empathize with other, right? Because that is what empath is all about. And with loved one as well here, spirit loves you very much. And that's true about, I don't want to make it seem like that's not true for everyone, but this is especially true for this pile because it feels like you bring a lot of joy. For some of you, you have kind of like this greenish, yellowish aura around you, and you bring in this joy wherever you go. And as I'm filming this, I hear children playing outside, and I think it's so appropriate for this pile because I kind of feel that very beautiful energy, almost innocent type energy emanating from the people that picked this pile. Let's take a look here at Guinevere, and that says sexuality, love, feminine power, beauty. Yeah, for some of you, this is about you connecting to your divine feminine, regardless of gender. We all have a feminine and masculine. You're being asked to reconnect with the feminine, with the creativity, with the creative side, with, your ability to have fun, to receive, to be playful, not be so serious about everything at all times. And for some of you, you're reconnecting to the beauty of life. The last year, as I'm recording this is timeless because I'm recording this, it's June 2021, and it has been such a hard year. And it's about kind of reconnecting to the beauty around you and also the beauty within you. Some of you are very hard on yourselves, and that's why you're being reminded. It's okay to celebrate where you're at. It's okay to recognize the milestones, your successes. I believe that's Galahad, and it says courage, surrender, purity, triumph. We have triumph and the Six of Wands. And like I said at the beginning, some of you are going to be at different stages because I got kind of two piles where some of you are not quite in this energy of celebration yet. And that's because some of you have not allowed yourselves to be. You're very critical and very hard on yourselves, and you're kind of being asked to be more compassionate towards self, to use that empathy and turn it on yourself, and to treat yourself as you treat your loved ones, as you treat others that you take care of, to be more kind to self, more understanding of yourself, because you've grown so much. But so for some people in my pile number ones, you're not quite realizing, you're not quite aware of just how much you have grown. Hummingbird medicine, and hummingbird for me is all about joy. And with hummingbird medicine, we have ascension, warrior spirit, synchronicity, ancestor messages. I thought we had warrior somewhere else. I could have made that up. Well, we did have courage and triumph here. And then we have divine masculine, conflict, power, Mars, solar plexus, dark night of the soul. And I feel like the divine masculine is, for many of you, you've operated from the divine masculine and you're being called back into the divine feminine, where you can allow things to happen, where you can surrender, where you can welcome in opportunities, where you could be receptive, where you can allow things to come to you. With hummingbird here, hummingbird medicine, this is saying you are a warrior. It's time to give yourself a break almost. Again, you are ascending. And this is about bringing the divine feminine into balance with the divine masculine. I feel like for many in this group, again, regardless of gender, you have operated from the divine masculine and you are quite comfortable in that energy. And it's an energy that you have almost mastered. And it's now time to bring in that creativity, receptivity, that ability to surrender and let go and allow things to come to you. that ability, to take a break, to just do something for fun. I'm hearing some of you need to kind of take on, if I can speak, take on a creative project where it's not about what you're going to put out there. It's not about what you're going to accomplish. It's just about enjoying the process, taking time to be, to just enjoy and to allow yourself to create from a place of not putting pressure on yourself to perform in a certain way. Stars, you can manifest your every wish. What did I say? For my pile number ones, you're very good in the divine masculine. Now, the part that my pile number ones struggle with when it comes to your manifestation is your ability to surrender, to let it come to you. Sometimes when we are manifesting, if we continuously go after that thing we want, we actually block it from coming in. There's a need to kind of I'm hearing set it and forget it. There's kind of a need to just do everything you can and step away from it. And I think that's why some of you are being asked to kind of take a break. Kind of, connect to others. Celebrate everything you have done. Celebrate how far you have come. And focus on doing something creatively that's not necessarily about performance or putting something out into the world, that it's just for you. And we see this one here, be free. I'm not going to say it because YouTube is picky, but stand up for yourself. I feel like by pile number ones, for the most part, you don't struggle with standing up for yourself. I feel like this is about balancing your energy more. Now, for a few of you, if that resonates as you need to stand up for yourself when it comes to something in your life, take that as it resonates. But for the most part, I feel like this is kind of speaking to your courage and to your strength that you already have within you. See here, I picked 2 Power of Surrender cards. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. What were we just talking about, pile number 1? Receptivity, the divine feminine, being, allowing things to come to you, connecting with who you are and the wonder around you. Look at this. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And we did have beauty here with Guinevere. For some of you, it's this energy of reconnecting to the beauty that surrounds you. Being kind to yourself, being loving towards yourself, taking a break, allowing things to happen for you. Pile number 1, for some of you, you are overworking yourself. There's a need to take a break. There's a need to bring more balance into your life. And that is the message that Bastet has for you. It's, take a break and bring more balance into your life. Song, dance, doing things that bring you pleasure, that bring you happiness, that bring you joy. We have Bastet and Hummingbird here for you. We have the Page of Cups. Doing things that are just for you. Believing in the impossible. In the Page of Cups, we have, a pig flying, for the saying, when pigs fly. Understanding that nothing is impossible. Connecting to your magic. Connecting to your power and to the energy of love. Look at this. Joy. I do not see these cards before you do. The horse. You know what's interesting? There was a card that the horse stood out. Yeah, it was this one. I almost mentioned it and I didn't, but that horse stood out to me. And the horse is all, if I don't make a mess, the horse is all about freedom. And I feel like for this pile, there's a need to experience more freedom. I feel like this pile, again, there's, for some of you, not all of you, there's this sense of routine and almost a rigid sense of routine around you where you kind of like to be, some of you could very well be type A. I got that it was the minority. I still stick to that. But some of you are definitely type A, and it's about bringing more freedom. Accepting help from others. Connecting to your joy. Connecting to others as well. I feel very important for this pile to connect with other people. The dragon, power and strength. You are very powerful. Some of you could have been born in the year of the horse or the year of the dragon. If you were born in the year of the dragon, you are the earth dragon. There is an element associated with the Chinese zodiac, but it feels very grounded. Like, this is a pile that feels very responsible, and it's almost like Bast is saying, let's take a break. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's ground ourselves into this present moment, and let's find the beauty in life. Let's find the little things that we can enjoy. Expressions of love and joy. I want to see what these two angel cards have. Look at this, compassion, and we had empath. You're very compassionate, pile number 1. But again, some of you need to be more compassionate towards self. Strength. I don't know how many times we have strength. We have power and strength. We have triumph, courage. Like, there's so much strength in these cards. And this is saying, because we have the horse here too with authority. This is, you need to recognize your power. You need to recognize your beauty and what you're worth. You need to understand that some things are going to come to you because you deserve them, because they're meant for you, that you don't have to try so hard, that the universe is working for you, and that if you were to learn when to take action and when to surrender, the universe would bring opportunities to you because you deserve them, because they're meant for you, and what is for you cannot pass you. Spiritual partnership. So I'm going to be honest. The spiritual partnership for me is about your own divine feminine and divine masculine coming into union, coming into balance. For some of you, this could have to do with a physical relationship in the physical world. Take that as it resonates. But for me, for the grand majority, this is speaking about the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you coming into union and working in a way that is more productive for you, pile number 1. Leadership. Yeah, some of you are meant to be leaders. Some of you are meant to take on a leadership role. Some of you are meant to be healers. It's going to vary from person to person, but you're stepping into this energy now. And as you step into this, you're then going to be able to transition. It almost feels like my pile number 1s. It's almost like you're closing one chapter and moving towards another. And instead of having to do hard work to do this, what you need to do is kind of relax and let things happen and enjoy. Do things that you enjoy. A blessing of support. You have many angels, guides, goddesses, higher self supporting you. You have a lot of spiritual energy supporting you. I'm also getting that for some of you, it's time to connect, because I did get this message at the beginning. It's time to collaborate and connect with others. For some of you, soul family is coming in, and that's what spiritual partnership is talking about. Bringing in soul family that is going to be able to connect with you and kind of take you to the next step. A blessing to bring clarity. Yeah, as you surrender, as you relax, as you enjoy how far you've come, you open yourself up to bring in further clarity. Again, it feels like you're transitioning, but instead of this being a dark night of the soul, what Spirit wants you to do is kind of take a break and just enjoy how far you've come, because you've done a lot of work and you've come very far. And for many of you, there's more freedom coming in, and you're stepping into that leadership, into that authoritative role, into, being a leader for others through example. So I picked these 2 crystals so that you can connect with the goddess that you picked, or just so that you can, those crystals may be good for you to work with at this time. So let's see what we got. Priscelli Bluestone and turquoise. I know turquoise I'm not very good at crystals or stones, but I do know turquoise is about the throat chakra. This is the deck that they are from, so I am going to read from the book really quickly because I am not familiar with them, but if you feel called, you can kind of carry around one of these or both of these if you feel called to. And it says, Preseli Bluestones planted healing energies from the land of the ancestors into a sacred healing landscape. This stone accesses the past, present, and future. You did have ancestors come up here, pile number 1. It could be a very good time to do an offering to your ancestors if you do ancestral work. And it could be a good time to kind of just connect to the ancestors. And it says, healing insight. Being true to yourself is the basis of all well-being, spiritual and physical. And this stone is connected to the Earth Star chakra. And it says soul path, developing a spiritual compass. I'm trying to see if I see anything else here that is of interest. And it says self-understanding. You are an ancient shaman who has much wisdom to impart and the ability to journey through multiple dimensions in search of healing. We had empath, we had healer. You guys are definitely healers. For some of you, the shamanic path could be very helpful. And then it says you have unshakable core stability and an inner compass that directs you with integrity. Yeah, allow yourself to be guided. Trust yourself. Again, many of you are going to be taking on a leadership role. And let's take a look at turquoise. And it says a copper-based stone attracting good fortune and antiquity. Turquoise was popular for protective amulets, sacred to Hathor, which is Venus, and the Buddha. It linked earth and sky and made a potent love charm. Now we have spiritual partnership and we have potent love charm, but I feel like this is about you falling in love with yourself, pile number 1. It says healing insights. Your true riches lie not in the bank, but in your heart. What has this been talking about? Taking a break, not working so hard, and reconnecting to self. I love this. This is all, it's kind of adding, it's kind of working together. So self-understanding. Your pathway is one of self-realization. Qualities you cultivate now drive your spiritual evolution forward. What did I say? Dark night of the soul, but it feels a lot lighter. It's not supposed to be as heavy for this pile. Draw on your karmic wisdom and past life skills. Release vows that no longer serve you and speak what used to be unspeakable. Chakra, throat, and third eye. All right, pile number 1, that is all I have for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. If you have suggestions for future videos, leave that in the comment section below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose Oshun with forgiveness. I'm going to put her right there. And Oshun is commonly called the river Orisha or goddess. And, she is associated with water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality. If you are drawn to her and you don't know much about her, I highly encourage you to look her up. But also on this card that you chose, we also see forgiveness being highlighted there for her. So I highly, highly suggest that you look her up if you're not familiar with her. She is a beautiful energy to work with. All right, so as a reminder, we are getting goddess messages. And this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. All right, so we will go over this. Okay, so we have pile number 2, the 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 2 of Cups. Then we have the Queen of Cups and the 9 of Wands. So pile number 2. There's kind of this push and pull energy that I'm feeling for this pile with these cards so far. It's this energy of you're being called to kind of follow your inspiration. You're being called to honor your sensitivity, your feelings, but there's also some conflict there. There could be issues with a romantic partnership. There could even be a desire to connect, to draw in a romantic partnership, and it's not happening in the time period that you'd like it to. And this could be where that push and pull is coming from. This could be where that almost anxiety, conflict, internal conflict is coming from. For many of you, the focus right now is on yourself. For some of you, it could be on a relationship, but it feels like ultimately you are being brought back to yourself. And for my pile number 2s, this is a time where you are being called to kind of focus on what it is that you want to create, and also on clearing some internal and emotional clutter so that you can bring in the things that you want to bring in. Because it feels like for my pile number 2, the end goal, and that would be probably for most humans, right, if we're honest, but you're kind of working on stability and connecting to someone else. Now, if you are in a relationship, like I said, there could be a little bit of conflict going on. It may not be going as great as you want it to go, but I get more of a sense for the majority of my pile number 2s. It's this energy of wanting to bring in a relationship, wanting to bring in a connection, and struggling because, again, it feels like spirit, the universe, wants you to focus on yourself. Now, for some of you, the reason that the focus is on yourself is because there's a need to kind of clean it up. Clean up your internal world and focus on what you want so that you can bring in the right thing. For some of you, you're trying to manifest from a place of fear, from a place of knowing I know what I don't want, so I'm manifesting from there. And Spirit wants you to get a little bit more clear. For others of you right now, the focus is on yourself, on self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and also, again, on your purpose, on working on yourself so that when you do bring in a connection, for those of you that are single, it's more stable. Now, for those of you that are in a relationship, it just could be that the relationship is not perhaps moving as fast as you'd like, or in the direction that you'd like it to. Right now, for my pile number 2s, for many of you, the focus is on developing your own confidence, your confidence in yourself, in who you are and what you want. And it could be that people are being kept away from you. Like, it's almost that sense of, I'm going out there and I'm dating. I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know what I want, but I can't seem to bring that energy in. I'm going out there to meet friends. I know who I am. I know what I deserve, and I can't seem to find people to connect with. There's almost a sense of loneliness. I don't want to say loneliness, but definitely solitude with this pile at this time. Let's take a look at what else we have here. I want to see what these two have, because these are 2 life purpose cards. Let's see what you got. Family. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. This kind of adds to that message that I was getting. And justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So I'll tell you what I'm getting. I'm not necessarily getting that everyone in pile number 2 has a career in justice. I'm honestly not getting that many of you do, if any at all. What I'm getting with this is there's a sense of you really want to connect with others. And for me, this feels very romantic for the most part. This could have to do, with children and friends and family, but there is an element of this that comes from wanting to be in connection with a partner, like a romantic partner. And what's happening is part of the clutter that's being cleared out for my pile number 2s is karmic clutter so that you can draw in what you want. And right now that may not be the best feeling because, again, it just feels like it's very hard right now. Like things are not exactly going in the direction that you want them to go, especially when it comes to love life. If this is not resonating with you so far, this may not be the pile for you because that's mainly the message that I'm getting. It could be for a few of you that it has to do, with a creative project, something that you care about. But for the grand majority of you, whether you are in a relationship or you are single, this feels very central to love. Let's take a look at what else we have. Divine intervention. Trusting the universe is needed. Wait, more is happening behind the scenes. And this is a bonus card. And absolutely, I do get that sense of things are not, what did I say? Frustration, conflict, inner struggle. Things are not moving. Things are not happening in the time frame that you'd like for them to happen. For many of you, what's not happening is that loving, secure relationship, family life. And this is saying, trust the universe. You need to trust that it's going to happen in the right timing, because there's things that are happening behind the scenes that you yet cannot see. Protection. Empath energy work, perception, spirit guides, 444, distorted ego, Lilith. Yeah. For some of you, there's a need to kind of work with selenite, cleanse your home, whether you use like a Dorji bell to kind of do a spiritual cleansing, whether you use sage, Palo Santo, whatever it is that you want to use, cedar, essential oils, fill in the blank, whatever it is that you want to use. There are many ways to cleanse the space and cleanse yourself. Lavender could be very important because that's standing out to me. But pile number 2, you're being asked to have more trust and to understand that you are protected and that things are working in your favor. Be mindful of your perception, of how you view things, of how you narrate your story, especially at this time. Let's take a look at these two. Intuitive, yeah. My pile number 2 is you're very intuitive. Trust yourself. Trust what you know. You're also, some of you are very empathic as well. You're empaths. Prophecy, yeah. There's a sense of you are receiving information. What you want wants you as well. At least some version of it. I feel like for some of you, there's a little bit more of clarity, because I feel like for some of you, you know what you don't want, but you don't necessarily know what you want. And I know some people are probably thinking, what is she talking about? But that's kind of that feeling that I get, that there's a little bit more clarity, but you are very much connected. You're very intuitive. And there's a need to trust what you know. For some of you, there's a need to meditate more and understand that whatever the delay is, because overall, there's a sense of a delay. There's a sense of, I've been working so hard on this. I am so tired. I can't keep going. The message here is keep going. There's a reason. It's going to make sense. It's meant to happen this way. This is meant to give you time to find clarity. For many of you, karma is being cleared. And remember, karma is not good or bad. It just is. It's cause and effect. Throne, your potential is endless. Yeah. Trust in yourself and trust in your potential. For many of you, you could have prophetic dreams. A dream journal could help. But, this is also just saying, trust that what you want wants you back. I feel that if pile number 2, you take anything away from this, it's that. And also to be careful with your perception and how you view things. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. With expectation, this is also saying, on top of don't seek anyone's approval, approve of yourself, pile number 2. Be more confident. You're stepping into your confidence. For many in pile number 2, what you're learning now is how to be more confident. I almost feel like for some of the people that picked pile number 2, you're moving into your Saturn return and you're gaining your confidence, your voice, your security in yourself. But this is also saying be very careful with what your expectations are, the narrative, the perception. And also leave space for things, keep it open so that you can expect the best while not knowing exactly what that's going to look like or how it's going to play out. Pile number 2. I picked some Power of Surrender cards. I want to see what you got. Yeah. Absolutely. Surrender frustration. And it says frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Yeah, for many of you, what did I say? Internal conflict, struggle. There's a lot of frustration here. I don't see these cards before you do, but that makes complete sense because it's that sense of things are not going the way that I want them. For some of you, things are not moving as fast as you want them to move. And again, it could be a relationship, it could be anything else, but it feels like it's something that you're very much emotionally attached to. And it's this sense of take a step back, check in with yourself. With expectations, again, I feel this energy of be careful of what your expectations are. It's okay to expect the best, but keep space, hold space for something even better to come in, better than what you imagine. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. What do you, for pile number 2, ask yourself, what am I struggling to believe in? What is the scarcity that you are stuck in? What is the narrative that you are telling yourself when it comes to the thing that you want? Whether it's a relationship, a project, financial gain, a career, a job, fill in the blank. There's something in your belief system that is not in congruency with what you're trying to manifest. And what I said was, and I keep getting this, is for pile number 2, some of you are manifesting from a place of fear. You keep focusing on what you don't want, but you're not clear on what it is that you actually do want. Having sunflowers or working with the peacock energy, just looking at Oshun in that card, which is standing out to me, could be very helpful for my pile number 2s. Like if you have an altar, putting sunflowers on there could be very helpful to you. The butterfly. And what is the butterfly about? It's about transformation. It's this energy of going from the caterpillar to the beautiful butterfly. And for many of you, you are transforming, and it's been a long process. And this is what's causing the frustration and the impatience. The Lady of the Lake, it says absolute truth, courage, self-respect, responsibility. Yeah. What did I say? There's an energy of some of you, a good number of you, could be going into your Saturn return, or you could be like right at the tail end of your Saturn return at this time. You could have Saturn in the 4th or 10th house as well. Fear. What did I say? You're manifesting from a place of fear, pile number 2. That's what it is. You're manifesting. Not only are you manifesting from a place of fear, but you're viewing the things that are happening in your life from a place of fear. Instead of saying, this is the universe, giving me time or trying to build me up so that I can draw in the right relationship, the right partner, the right fill in the blank, career, job, opportunity. It's kind of this sense of, the world is against me. It's not meant to happen. I'm not meant to have what I want. The dog, loyalty, sincerity, unconditional love. This is about you being loyal to yourself. And, one thing about dogs is that they are very forgiving. Right? Like you can scream at a dog and you come back and it's still so happy to see you. And it's this energy of give yourself that loyalty and unconditional love. Give back to yourself. Pour into yourself, pile number 2. Let's see what these 2 have to say. The Mist of Avalon, boundary, enchantment, transformation, illusion. For many of you, that mist is what you're caught in. You can't see clearly. And what the mist is fear. And that's what you're working on clearing. Rhiannon, and it says endurance, persevere, integrity, focus. Perseverance, sorry. So that is what my pile number 2s, it's kind of that energy of keep going. I keep getting like you're almost ready to give up. For example, if this is about trying to find someone in, a loving relationship, you could be reaching the point where you're like, I don't even want it anymore. I'm not going to try. I'm going to close myself off. I don't care. It's not meant for me. And this is a reminder that keep yourself open to what's yet to come. Keep your expectations high and keep the how open. You don't necessarily need to know how it's going to happen. Trust that it is and keep going. Persevere. It's not time to give up. What you want is a lot closer than what you think it is. Let's see what we have with the angels. Release. Yeah. Now we have surrender your belief in scarcity. And then we also have release. Pile number 2, what do you need to release? There's something that you need to let go of in order for your blessings to come in. Archangel Michael associated with that card. So now we have Oshun with forgiveness, and we have forgiveness again with Archangel Raphael. Forgive yourself. This, to me, this pile, who you need to forgive, there could be others, don't get me wrong, but the main person that you need to forgive is yourself, because you're very hard on yourself and you have internalized certain events. And for some of you, it's eating you alive, and you need to find a way to forgive yourself. Give yourself compassion, give yourself love, give yourself unconditional love. Guidance, and that is Archangel Gabriel. And we have prophecy here. You are connected. For some of you, you are connected to your spirit guides, to the goddess. For some of you, you do have a connection to Oshun. I do feel that very strongly. I would definitely read up on the Orishas and as well as Oshun and anyone else you feel called to. I feel like there could be someone else. Yeah, there's definitely another goddess for this pile that was not on the table that you're connected to. It's a goddess that's similar to Oshun. I am getting that. And Archangel Michael with justice. And what did we have down here? Justice. Can't make this up. All right, pile number 2. For me, the justice is speaking of the justice, the clearing of karma. For some of you, you could very well want to go into the justice career, into a justice career. I'm not heavily getting that. I'm getting that this is more about clearing karma and bringing in justice for yourself. Work with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael for this group is what I am getting. But you're definitely clearing some karma. I want to see what these 3 have to say. Effort. Don't give up. Don't give up. 1 + 3 is 4. This is, again, Saturn energy is very heavy. Some of you could be a Capricorn rising, Saturn 4th, 10th house, or it could be Capricorn in one of those houses, or you could be a Capricorn sun. Very Saturn-like energy in this reading. Health. For some of you, it's time to kind of check in with yourself. Some of you are, the stress is catching up. You're kind of making yourself anxious, just if you feel the need to check in with your medical provider. But overall, what I'm getting is kind of just, this is starting to affect your energy levels. Happy. Pile number 2. There's a happy ending for you. You are going to get that 10 of Pentacles, whatever that represents for you. Whether it's, the partner, the kids, the dog, or just, you on a mountaintop with a dog. Whatever that is for you, there is a happy ending for you. You are going to get happiness. You have the potential for that. We always speak of potential because that's what we have. A blessing of peace of mind. Yeah, there's a lot of stress here. There's a need to kind of take a step back and allow for peace of mind to come in. Lavender and amethyst coming in very strongly, and I did pick some crystal cards, so we'll see what comes in, but lavender and amethyst coming in very strongly. And a blessing on your wisdom. You are very wise. Some of you have the gift of prophecy, but you can't see past your own perception. You can't see past your own pain and stress, and you're being asked to kind of expand. Let's see what crystals came up. I picked these with the intention that this was going to help you connect to the goddess that you chose or just help you on your path. Rainbow Mayanite. I am not familiar with that one at all. And Kambamba Jasper. I am going to pick the book for these because I am not familiar with crystal stones. Not my forte. That's where they're from. And let's see what it says. All right, for our first Rainbow Myonite. It says, iridescent rainbow myonite bridges this world and the rest of creation. It heals unconditionally and assists the shift to a new level of consciousness. Yeah, you guys are ascending. Didn't you guys... Okay, wrong pile, sorry. And then it says, healing insight, being in the flow strengthens your well-being. And it says, self-understanding, spirituality is vital for you. You are a translucent soul who moves fluidly through time. Use insights wisely. Avoid confusing past with present. This is summing it up perfectly. You see into people's hearts to what motivates them. Do not be manipulated or too eager to please. And what did we have? I think you had one of the boundaries card. I think there was one of them that definitely had boundaries for you, pile number 2. Stand by what you know. You have the gift of clarity and mental flexibility with the power to make excellent decisions. And it says chakra, soul star, and crown chakra, and soul path, shining divine light on the earth. So if you can get your hands, I don't know how expensive it is. I don't know much about that stone, but if you can get your hand on one, it could be very helpful at this time. And then let's take a look at the Kambamba Jasper. And that one says, Kambamba Jasper attunes your personal biorhythms to the natural cycles of the planet. This crystal also facilitates deep clearing of your karmic body and the ancestral line. And you had justice and justice twice. This is definitely very karmic for my pile number 2s. I would work with Oshun, definitely. And it says, healing insight. By changing how you view things, you dramatically improve your well-being. What did we have? Perspective, your narrative. Soul path, reconnecting to ancient wisdom and the roots of being. You are very wise. Connect to what you know. For some of you, writing could be very important. And it says, finally, self-understanding. When you live in your head rather than the physical world, your cellular structure becomes unstable and your metabolism is thrown off balance. And we do have the health card. You may not be assimilating oxygen or nutrients, such as minerals and vitamins. Remember that ideas are nutrients too. Disruption of your autonomic nervous and immune systems may be caused by ancient traumas and family dramas. For some of you, pile number 2, you're trying not to recreate. For many of you, this has to do with love and not trying to recreate a pattern in your family cycle or a cycle in your family history. And it's causing a lot of anxiety. There's definitely karma here no matter what, and it has to do with your family and your ancestral line. And that is what you're clearing, and that's what Spirit is helping you clear before you bring in what the 10 of Pentacles signifies for you. All right, pile number 2, I hope that was helpful. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose the goddess Artemis with independence. And Artemis is one of my favorite goddesses. So Artemis is the goddess of hunt, and she is a Greek goddess, and she is the daughter of Zeus and twin sister to Apollo. And she's known for her connection to animals, wildlife, and I don't want to get too much into that. But if you are feeling called to, I highly suggest that you look up Artemis. She is a moon goddess. So if you feel called to work with her or just look up more information on her, I highly suggest that you do. But let's get started with the reading, and we're going to start with the tarot cards, and this is just going to be looking at messages at this time for you. And just keep in mind, it is a general reading. So take what resonates, leave the rest behind. All right, there's quite the energy here. All right, so what do we have for pile number 3? We have the 7 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, Justice, the Wheel. Then we have the Knight of Autumn or Knight of Pentacles and Awakening, which is the Judgment card. All right, so let's talk pile number 3. So for my pile number 3s, your energy right now is a bit heavy. And you've been working on clearing some things. You've been working on, for many of you, you've kind of been hearing a call, this inner call for more. And there's this energy of working on your inner security, your inner stability. You're kind of working on boundaries. You are working on connecting to the right people. You've been doing hard work when it comes to your spirituality as a whole. I feel like the focus for my pile number 3s has been spirituality and kind of connecting to your soul purpose, connecting to your inspiration, connecting to the things that matter to you, and making decisions and living life from a place of integrity and from a place of alignment with your higher purpose. And for many of you, you've been discovering just what that higher purpose is. And you've had to kind of quiet the outside sources, the outside voices, the loudness that's happening. And it's very interesting because you did choose independence. And it is that energy here of kind of having to step into your independence to be in this energy. For some of you, you are attracting in soul family. You are stepping out of your comfort zone and you are learning about different ways of being, different communities, different circles. But overall, there's this energy of clearing karma and expanding your horizons. And this doesn't feel like it's something that has been happening overnight. It feels like this has been a long time coming, and it's definitely something that you've been working on regularly. I keep coming back to the 7 of Wands because it's this energy of some of you have learned how to kind of no longer care what other people think of you. And that has not been an easy feat. And for some of you, you're still working on that energy. You're still working on strengthening yourself from the inside out. But I feel like for many of you, you've already done that work and you're kind of more secure within yourself. Let's see what we have here. Let go. Walk away from this situation in order to receive it. Yeah, you've kind of left something behind. And I feel like it's an old way of being. Because we have Judgment, we have the 7 of Wands, Justice, and the Wheel. And it feels like you've kind of left something behind, and it feels like the old way of being, the old way of reacting. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. I feel like this is just options in general, not just career. But with Judgment and options, it feels like something is calling to you. It's almost like that siren, right? That's calling to you, and you know that there's more, that inner calling. And that's what's causing you to do all this work, to step out of your comfort zone, to set the boundaries, to work on your internal world so that it may reflect in your outer world. For my pile number 3s, again, this feels very spiritual. It feels like you've been doing a lot of work spiritually speaking, and it's now it's being reflected back at you because you've done so much. I want to see what these two have to say. Curandera, which is earth, grounding, indigenous knowledge, root chakra, herbs, healer, shaman. And then we have Saturn, ancestral healing, debt paid, past life regression, law of karma, do-over, rosemary. What did I say? Feels like you have been doing very hard work and you're paying back some karma. You are balancing some things out. It really feels as above, so below, as within, so without. You're doing the internal work. And because you're doing that work, you're showing up for yourself. Your external world is starting to shift. This is not easy. This is not an easy fix. For some of you, you could be practicing what is called high magic. Take that as it resonates. For others of you, you could be into shamanism, but you're really working on grounding and on the root chakra. And if you have not been working with the root chakra, pile number 3, I highly suggest that you do. Saturn is coming in as important, so it could be Saturn Capricorn. I would look at where Saturn Capricorn is transiting and where it is in your natal chart as well. But you are definitely clearing some things and you're learning about the law of karma. Again, I keep getting this energy of as above, so below, as within, so without. And I'm getting hermetics, and I do have a giveaway on my Instagram right now if you want to check that out for the month of June 2021, which is when I'm recording this. That will include a book on hermetics and some decks and some other things. So if you want to check that out. But you've been doing hard work. Some of you have been clearing your ancestral karma because you're not trying to go through the same things that your family, your ancestors have gone through. And this is opening up a lot of options to you, pile number 3. I want to see what these two have to say. Phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after? Absolutely. You are taking control of this situation. Look at this. We have the 9, and then we have Saturn with 555. You're creating a lot of change. You are closing a chapter, and you are creating change. You're taking this into your own hands. You're not waiting for things to happen for you. You are creating your own security, your own sense of safety, your own sense of self. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. And this is saying, it doesn't all have to be just hard work. Because it feels like my pile number 3s, you're used to doing hard work. Make sure that you're balancing that energy. And you are answering a higher call. There's a lot of mirroring going out on, and I just caught that on. That could be also why I keep getting as above, so without, as within. As above, so below, as within, so without. Because look at this. We have 11, and it's mirroring back here. It just feels like it's mirroring. Look at the images. This guy is looking in, and he's seeing that mirror, and she's mirroring herself as well. So we have 20 and 11. 2011 could have been a powerful year for this pile. Doesn't have to be. Take it as it resonates. Surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. That's what you're doing, pile number 3. And if you're not there yet, that is what you're being asked to do. But I feel like for most of my pile number 3s, you're already doing this. You are removing the blindfold. You are seeing things exactly for what they are. You are deciding what you want to change. And as you change those things, you are creating the life that you want to create. You are no longer sitting back and waiting for your happily ever after. You are making things happen. You know that you have options, and you are creating options for yourself. Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. For some of you, make sure that you're resting, because what you're doing is very hard work. For some of you, in the dream state, you are astral projecting, astral traveling, and you're doing a lot of work there too. So it's possible, especially lately, that you could be waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. is the time that I'm getting. It could be between 2 and 4, but mostly 3 and 4 is what I'm getting, a.m. And it could also be that you're waking up feeling a little bit more tired than you did when you went to sleep. And there's so much activity happening for my pile number 3s while you're sleeping, because you're doing so much work, that's why you feel that way. That's why it's so important to ground your energy, pile number 3. What you're working on is not easy. What you're clearing is not easy. Also, connect with your ancestors, your spirit guides, and the goddess Artemis if you feel called to. And there's almost a laser-like focus for this pile going on, where you're just focused on what you want to create. Restriction. Yeah, some of you could have been feeling restricted, and you've kind of taken things into your own hands. And there is that sense of they're still feeling, still feeling a little bit restricted, because the Knight of Pentacles is not the fastest moving energy. And that Seven of Wands is also kind of in her bubble. She is setting boundaries around herself and protecting herself, but it doesn't change the fact that she is in a bubble. So there is this sense of perhaps you're feeling a little bit too restricted, and we have Saturn here, which is not always the most expansive energy. It's actually all about responsibility. So you could be feeling quite restricted at this time. Look at this. Merlin, alchemy, justice, balance. You are bringing balance in. For some of you, working on energy healing could be very helpful. Something like Reiki, IET, or anything else that deals with energy healing. I would look into spiritual alchemy, because it really does match what you are doing, which is, taking something and transmuting it to its highest form. And when it comes to spiritual alchemy, what you're typically doing is healing belief systems and limiting beliefs, right? Things that limit you, things that are keeping you trapped in a way, things that are keeping you in that bubble, things that are keeping you constricted, things that make you feel restricted. For some of you, you are definitely alchemists, mystics as well in this pile. You could work with the energy of the dragon as a spirit animal. All animals, whether they were, mythological or not, can be worked with as spirit animals, or whether they are extinct or not. The deer, gentleness, diplomacy. Yeah. Make sure that you're balancing your energy, because you're doing so much that you do need to rest and sleep, and you need to be gentle with yourself. This is not a time to be harsh. This is not a time to push out too much. If you're feeling the restriction, just keep in mind that sometimes we are boxed in because we're meant to be. Sometimes, a door closing is because it's meant to be closed. It's not meant to be open. We're not meant to go down that road or into that doorway. So keep that in mind. And also, check in with your intuition, because sometimes it is about breaking free from something, while at other times it's just not meant for us. So that's why we are restricted. And it's going to be different things for different people, but definitely look into spiritual alchemy. Need basis. You're on a need to know basis is what I take that card as. Yamaya, Oya, and Oshun. Very interesting. Was it pile 1 or 2? One of the piles was definitely the Oshun pile. You may want to listen to that. You don't have to. Attachments. So you are letting go of attachments. With Oshun here, there's a need to reconnect to the emotional body. A spiritual bath can be very helpful. Working with the element of water can be very helpful, as well as forgiveness for this pile. And again, with the need basis, it's almost a sense of right now you're not meant to see everything. You're not meant to know everything. But Oshun is standing out to me for some reason. I would definitely look her up, or Yamaya. Look either one of them up if you feel called to, because I feel like there could be something like reading up on them, their mythology, their history. There could be something there for you, or working with them if you feel called to. So take that as it resonates. But you're letting go of attachments. You are letting go of past karma, and you're letting go of things. Some of you it could be beneficial to work on some cord cutting, cord clearing, because you're releasing things from the past. For some of you, you are releasing people, but for most of you, it's more about belief systems that were not helping you overall. The White Heart, and it says realignment, new beginnings, awakening, perspective. Yeah, you're realigning. You are following an inner calling that is causing you to realign and to start something new and to gain perspective. There's definitely new beginnings for this pile. Bridget. Birth, passion, soul empowerment, radiance. And this is the energy that you're moving into. For some of you, working with the goddess Bridget could be very helpful. And it's very interesting because Artemis is a moon goddess, Bridget is a sun goddess. So it is about balance. And it could be about working to balance those, separate parts of self. Perhaps bringing into balance the inner child and the shadow self. Take that as it resonates. But for some of you, working with Bridget could be very helpful, or with Oshun, or both. You know, take it as it resonates. Let's see what we have with the angels. Wisdom. Yeah, you're gaining wisdom, and that's Archangel Gabriel. Healing, Archangel Raphael. You are absolutely healing. And direction, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel could be very important for this pile because Archangel Gabriel does help with life purpose. The Tree of Life, if you feel called to look more into the Tree of Life for pile number 3, but you're definitely moving in a new direction, and you're doing that through healing the past, through healing yourself and which direction you were headed in. It feels, again, it's almost like you received an inner calling and you're answering it, and you're kind of working through all of the kinks it takes to get to that inner calling and to that new direction. And this is divinely guided. And the healing is not very easy for you. Spiritual baths, again, is coming in as something that you can do, as well as like Reiki, energy healing, IET, whatever works for you. Because there's a lot happening in your energy field, and it feels very heavy. Change, absolutely. You are undergoing major change, pile number 3. Relationship change. For some of you, you could be going through a breakup. You could be meeting someone new very soon. But this is also about a change in the way that you relate to yourself and to others in general. There are many changes happening, and these are going to be for the better. And for some of you, it may not feel that way at this time. But, you know, trust that it is for the better. Let's see what we have here. A blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. For some of you, you could be meeting someone soon, or you could be connecting to soul family very soon. Take that as it resonates. A blessing on your boundaries. What did we say with that 7 of Wands? You're working on your boundaries. You're working on what you let into your energy. You are working on, you know, setting boundaries, clearing your energy, manifesting the things that you want, answering the inner call. This is all very hard work. But like the phoenix, you will rise. Pile number 3. So I picked these last 2 cards as crystals that you can work with to connect to Artemis or just to help you out. Herkimer Diamond and Bloodstone. I will be looking into the book for these because I'm not very familiar. This is the deck that they are from. Not very familiar with crystal stones. They are not my forte, so let's see what they have to say. So it says Herkimer Diamond, powerful energy generators that access and release past life information. Herkimer Diamonds make excellent shields against geopathic stress and EMFs. This crystal works beyond the physical levels of being to bring harmony to the energy, bodies, and soul. That kind of matches that 7 of Wands image. And then it says healing insight. High vibration, high impact energy can dramatically change your world. Again, with Merlin here, energy work, energy healing work, and alchemy, spiritual alchemy. For some of you, getting like a Reiki session would be so helpful at this time. And it says soul path, seeing the light, chakra, all the chakras, and it says self-understanding. Keep careful note of your dreams as they reveal the underlying causes of your dis-ease. You may be particularly sensitive to EMF frequencies, radioactivity, and detrimental earth energies. You may also be psychically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye. For this pile, I feel like daily grounding would be so helpful. Daily grounding and clearing. For some of you, if you want to take like a Reiki class or some sort of energy healing, that could be very helpful. Or you could do sound healing as well, like a sound healing bowl. And then we have Bloodstone, and that is perseverance. And it says Bloodstone has always had a powerful connection with maintaining vitality, regulating menstruation, and staunching blood loss, as well as purifying the kidneys. Healing insight. Nourish your blood and you revitalize your whole body. Self-understanding. You are a magical being. Let go of the past. Look closely at your ancestral line. Recognize toxic patterns subconsciously running your life. Break away and be strong. You may be unnecessarily aggressive or defensive. Acknowledge mistakes and let inner disharmonies be transmuted. Transmuted, Merlin, spiritual alchemy. If you do anything, pile number 3, look into that and into energy healing, as well as boundaries and grounding, protecting your energy. If you can, visualize a bubble, like in this card, as a protection. And then it says soul path, freedom from the past, and chakra purifies and aligns lower chakras, which would be root, sacral, and solar plexus. All right, pile number 3, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. If you have suggestions for future videos, leave that in the comment section below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, my Etsy information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.